Hey yo, welcome
Hey
to the
yo.
first ever live video store, Clerks. Because we're here at the video store, we never get any customers. There's nothing else to fucking do, so we decided to hit the live button. Welcome to Video Store, Clerks. Thank you for tuning in and listening. I'm Dave.
Chad.
Chuck.
Bringer of chaos. I mean Andrew.
And welcome, and man, guys, Scott Hall.
Yep. Razor Ramon.
So sad.
Is up in the wrestling ring in the sky, having a rematch with Mr. Perfect
Right.
as we speak.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to think that's the case, right?
Definitely say one of my fondest memories is when I saw him in the ladder match against Michaels, and that was like the first of its kind.
Yeah, yeah.
IC champions that never captured the world title. He never
Yep.
got the world title at any of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never understood that. Like Razor Ramon was like so good. Like I'm pretty sure if Tatanka wasn't around, he probably would be champion. Fucking Tatanka.
Back in those days, not everybody needed a belt. Like Jake the Snake.
Right?
True.
Undertaker got it for like 5 minutes.
Oh my god, Undertaker got it
really
every time they couldn't think of any weird goth guy to throw it on there. Like, well, he's weird and dark, and I guess he needs the title again.
Well, they gave it to the Undertaker because he was the best. Don't get
He
confused.
never needed a belt. And I don't think Razor did neither. And he always
No.
one of the things that got him over, I think, was his music. He had cool music.
Yeah, he did. And he had the
has
slick
bad
back hair, and he looked Cuban, even though he wasn't.
Right. He was dope.
And he always did that thing where he would be talking, he'd be like, say.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It just
Razor,
random
he would take
Spanish
so long
words.
that
Yeah.
I think it was designed to irritate you, but it came off as cool.
Right.
Yeah. He kind of reminded me of like the modern Rick Rude in a way.
Big dude too, tall as fuck.
Yeah, because all the Rick Rude ripoffs, cough cough, Val Venus, just wasn't as cool as the bad guy.
Yeah. I mean, he was pretty much like the ultimate bad dude. Like he had a good character, like a good good presence. It's like you did because you didn't really like him, even though you kind of did. Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
I remember playing the fucking video games when I was younger. Where, like he was one of the three that I would usually be.
Mm-hmm.
But he gave off he gave off like the perfect bad guy like attitude. Like he just fit it perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was always one of my favorites.
I made a section in the store that nobody ever goes to. I mean, we don't get any fucking customers anyway, but I made like a wrestling section in the back of the store, if you guys didn't notice, of wrestling movies.
Nice.
Like, let's talk. My all-time favorite is Suburban Commando.
Oh God, yeah, that movie's so ridiculous.
I love that movie.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Suburban Commando. Oh wow,
Christopher Lloyd.
memory is there.
I was frozen today.
Yeah.
Such a great line.
I had to go back and watch that one.
And you can see a very young Undertaker in that movie too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
One of the bounty hunters.
That was the Twin Towers, right?
Yeah, one thing I will say when they do have a tribute for the Razor Ramon, you bet your ass Shawn Michaels is gonna freaking go off on a tangent about like the old stories they used to like run shows and stuff. Like they did dark matches and they did house shows. So yeah, they were very close.
Yeah.
I usually watch Raw Monday and see if they do anything.
Oh, you know they will.
Well, it's gonna make me.
Well,
fucking cry.
I might watch it just because that's the only decent thing to actually be like recognized. Other than that, wrestling is kind of like
It's kind
Pretty much
of
still watching wrestling like a few weeks after WrestleMania 30.
that's about it.
It's gotten worse
That's what I've heard. That's why
I know. I don't know how it got worse, but it got
because
worse.
Triple H left. Everybody gave Triple H so much shit all the time, but then when he left, oh man, whew.
Well, now
Yeah.
Jake Paul is apparently like wrestling for a championship. Like that fucking trash YouTuber guy.
Oh,
God, yeah.
He's actually wrestling for a title. I'm like, give me a fucking break. Seriously?
I'm so tired of that fucking guy
Like, I want him to
and
get
his
so
brother.
badly, so beaten up that he never steps foot into MMA ever again. He's
I just don't want him
terrible.
to ever be able to walk ever again.
I'm
Actually,
sorry,
just I don't want him to ever
boxing
walk.
MMA.
I don't want him to be able to speak ever again. Him and his brother can just go fucking kiss an alligator on the butthole. I don't care.
Yeah,
I do not like those guys at all.
yeah. Him and his brother are just jerks. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. That's why I don't like watching this stuff. But they have Kevin Steen and Austin. So Kevin Owens, whatever you want to call him. So I'm kind of curious to see Kevin Owens and Austin like talking to each other and see if that will be a fight. I'm
Kevin
sure.
Owens was always awesome.
No, but Kevin Owens literally interviewing Stone Cold on his show. That should be interesting. That's supposed to be
Yeah.
the WrestleMania thing.
This fucking guy.
What? What?
What?
That's the bottom line.
Oh, well, speaking of Austin, today is what?
Today's
316.
316.
Happy
shit.
316 day.
It's a good day.
Oh, there we
Austin
go.
316 said he's going to kick your ass. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
The first time he did the 316 thing was great. Because he said that when he first did that, it was just something that came to him. And it's like,
What was that sign in the crowd that said John 316?
Well,
Yeah.
he
What does that
kind of
mean?
got the idea from that,
I don't
and
know.
then some people got upset about that, and so he's like, "Fuck it, I'm keeping it."
I mean, and then it was on like every wrestling shirt you saw, like anywhere you went. Like, yeah, it was really popular wearing it. You'd see it a lot at Walmart.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It's just a popular thing you see at Walmart.
It's not a bad thing. It's just a stereotypical thing. It's like it was Dale Earnhardt. At one time, it was Dale Earnhardt shirts and Stone Cold Steve Austin shirts. That's all I ever saw at fucking like Walmart.
Yeah, I totally would.
And now it's
Not wrong.
Yes.
Oh, and scooters.
Yeah.
Little rascals.
What else?
Deflate.
Remember No Holds Barred with Zeus?
Oh my God, Zeus.
That was the shit.
That was some good shit.
No, I know that. Who else in that?
Fucking I think it was just Hawkins and
Mhm.
Zeus, right?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Hulk's in that. I remember. I mean, I remember seeing it when I was younger. I don't remember actually what it was, but I do remember watching it.
Another
He was just like, no holds barred, brother.
yeah, that movie was pretty fucking funny and terrible.
What was
Yeah.
that? What was that
Yeah,
one show that Hulk
goes
had?
Annie.
Oh,
What was that one show that Hulk had? The
Oh, Thunder in
Hair-
Paradise.
yeah. God, it was like an even worse version of like that damn Chuck Norris show.
Oh, the Walker, Texas Ranger.
Walker, Texas Butthole Rangers, whatever it is.
Texas Ranger. Yeah.
Because that used to come on right before Raw.
Yeah, it did. And Austin
did it?
was on the
You'd always hear
and all the wrestlers started becoming guests on that show. So it's just like, oh, let's watch Walker Texas Ranger.
Mhm.
See Austin get it, kick freaking like Chuck Norris's ass, which is hilarious.
It was like
I'd rather see the opposite
National
happen.
Baywatch.
Yeah.
It was one of those terrible shows that was on forever.
Yeah.
You couldn't stop watching
Hundreds.
Nobody knew why.
because Sting.
No.
Sting-
People have bad taste in
a
things.
few times.
The CGI bullets just killed me about that show. Like, they couldn't afford real fake bullets, CGI bullets.
I just remember
Right.
when the theme song came on, I'd pay attention because
It was like Baywatch.
wrestling was about to start.
It's like
Yeah,
Baywatch.
Baywatch opening.
When before that, the show that was on before wrestling was Murder She Wrote.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
No, yeah, Murder She Wrote.
This was back in the prime time days on Monday
Yeah,
because you would always hear the end of that theme song.
the super good old days.
Mm-hmm.
the super good old days. Yep.
I'm getting all nostalgic. I'm
Especially when
remembering
when like the last the episode that was like going, it was leaving. They had the other episode coming on like underneath it or beside it or whatever. Like you still see like the credits of the show going off, and you'd have like wrestling would be coming on.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes, and they used to like pan the crowd at
Yeah.
about 7:57 or so.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that.
Be like, don't go anywhere. Coming up next Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Like every fucking Monday, me and my boy back in Martinsburg, we'd go to the 7-Eleven, get slushies and nachos and shit, and go back to the house.
Man,
Usually like slushies, nachos, and
Yeah,
airheads.
I'd get a couple death dogs from Sheets.
Man. Yeah, that's I used to do similar
Yeah,
shit with some of my
rituals.
friends. Yeah, of course, you have rituals. 1 minute it's getting
Indeed.
pizza and you know, hanging out on the weekend, you know, when you're not like, at school, and then you get
Right.
older and it's
But
you're
the-
drinking beer and eating pizza and smoking weed and getting really stoned when you're fucking watching it.
But
Mm-hmm.
the interesting thing is, like, Razor Ramon didn't pass away the same day everyone thought he did, because like Walt, like X Pac, like he actually said that he was still on life support.
But everybody else said that he had passed away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
X-Pac's also like out of his mind.
A chronic
So-
liar and a drunk.
Yeah, and well, Kevin Nash had posted. Did you see what Kevin Nash posted?
Yeah.
That was a sad thing to read. But he was, you know, he said it right there. He's like, look, he's pretty much gone, but it won't be official until the family comes in and takes him off life support.
Yeah.
And so
That's probably what
he released that, and then shortly after that, it came out. Okay, he's gone. So you know, I mean, fuck, the man had like what 5 heart attacks in a row, boom, 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 like the night before.
Yeah, it was
Like, god damn,
Yeah.
the fact
And
that
he
he made
worked.
it as old as he did.
Yeah, and he worked literally in every fucking like federation too,
right.
minus AEW, of course.
Well, yeah, I don't think he would have been able to get on that these days.
But Sting, though, I'm shocked. Sting's taking fucking bumps that man shouldn't, but apparently he's talking about how he beat his addictions and stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess Sting's 6th coming. Then let's do this.
He's
good.
Again, Stinger.
Yeah, I'm so good on Sting. Yeah, he lost me a long time ago. That guy's
I mean, he's crazy as fuck, obviously, but like that man's gonna end up dead in the ring.
he
He's
really
gonna
loves
end
Jesus.
up with a broken neck. Yeah, it's from
He
jumping
really
off the rafters too much in
I
WCW.
say so. Yeah, it's kind of funny you said that because have you ever listened to Jericho's podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, like it's actually one of my favorite. I mean, I'm not a big Jericho fan, but he's got a lot of cool guests on there. He talks about a lot of cool stuff. And me and my buddy were going to Georgia to the Jason Lives camp. That's why we listened to all the way there, and then fucking Nashville and all these places where that's all we listened to. And the whole time I'm like, man, Chris Jericho sounds like he's a little drunk or something. And we started thinking, I was like, man, he does sound like he's a little
high there.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is that we actually started thinking about was the fact of he may not be that inebriated as we think, because the man's taking a lot of fucking hits to the head, and his voice sounded slurred. Sounds like it could be fucking damage instead of him just
Yeah.
being like, you know. And that, you were talking about that, Andrew, a minute ago. And I was just thinking, what the? It's like,
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
yeah. They start kind of slurring a little bit. It's like, man, some of these motherfuckers, I don't know how some of them are still alive. I don't know how Scott Hall fucking made it, like how long he did. I mean, the guy.
Like I hate to say it, but I would like I honestly figured he would have lasted a little bit. Like I mean, so many other people that are still alive that I figured would have been gone before him.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Like,
Snake and
Yeah,
Kurt
Yeah.
Angle.
oh my God, Jake the Snake Roberts, how the fuck is that man alive?
I don't know,
And
dude. Well,
now he's in his like 5th win on freaking AEW, doing the same shit he did like 20 or 30 years ago with the snake and shit, and fights back.
I didn't even know. I don't watch. I haven't watched that at all. So
Yeah,
is
no,
Jason Snake back?
Yeah, no. Yeah, he is. He has not aged in like 10 or 20 years. He still does the same shit.
he's still dope though.
He is. He's a badass.
Oh, I used to. Oh man,
Good
I
time.
always loved Jake the Snake, dude. I
But
had a
man-
wrestling buddy of him.
That man went through some shit. Like, he talks about his addictions every once in a while and stuff. And, like,
What's that documentary about him, man? You see how pathetic he really was for a while, man. It's
We saw him at an indie show one time.
Yeah, he threw another wrestler into me.
Yeah, he was, you could tell. Yeah, he was fucked up.
Okay, but curious. One thing I want to ask Dave. That picture with you and like Scott Hall. I had no idea that you met him. That's really cool. Tell me about that one.
Oh, me and my buddy Mike went to go to see Raw in State College, I believe. It was that one where I think when Nash tore his quad.
All
I
right.
think they were fighting the Dudleys, and Nash tore his quad that night. And Hall took a bump. If you look at the picture, you could see like a bump, like a red mark on his head,
Okay.
because he took a pretty hard bump during the match. But anyway, me and my buddy Mike would drive around and basically stalk wrestlers.
Good old days.
Yeah,
Well, that's what you do. Yeah.
they
I
always
mean,
stayed at the same hotel, and if you would just drive around to see the restaurants in the area, you're going to run into somebody. And we were sitting outside of this one, and it had the windows in it, and there went Scott Hall walking right by to go to the bathroom. So of course I'm like,
Yeah.
The
he
bathroom.
was in there with X-Pac
It
actually.
must be a thing. Let's catch the guy when he's going to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was there with his son, and X-Pac was there with him too. And he looked at my shirt. I had that NWO shirt on that was kind of faded. It was the old school one from the WCW days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Like,
that.
hey man, old school. It's like,
Yep.
yeah, loyalty, brother, for life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was he pretty nice to meet though? Was he a gentleman and everything?
oh yeah, he was cool as shit. X-Pac kind of like snuck by.
X-Pac's an asshole. I've never liked him.
See, I had the opposite experience whenever we went to the fucking Mania 30 because X-Pac was cool as shit and hung out and got a picture and everything, but Scott Hall was standing in the back. But like, luckily he photobombed my picture.
Oh,
But he
nice.
wouldn't actually do like a one-on-one.
One of the things I never liked X-Pac on was all the shit that he did to China.
See, X-Pac was
yeah.
back in the day.
It depends who they're with too. Like Scott Hall was with his kid, so that might have been why he stopped. And a
Yeah.
lot of times, if Vince is close by, a lot of times they'll stop. You'll never get Triple H unless Stephanie or Vince are with him.
Or he's at a signing.
Yeah,
That motherfucker's quick too.
yeah, exactly.
It was after one of the WrestleMania press conferences that he came bolting in that hotel. He still had the belt in his hand. He just came, flew right by to the elevator. I didn't even have a chance to get up and get him. And
Yeah, you don't want
Vince-
to stand in the way of Triple H.
Yeah.
The only one that ever had security around him was The Rock. Vince didn't even have security, but The Rock had like 5 guys around him. They
There's
had
a
him.
joke somewhere in there.
Hi guys.
Why'd you have to make it weird?
Because he has to make it weird.
So
Of course.
there's my Scott Hall story.
Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird. Oh, it's weird now.
What, Chaz?
That's my Scott Hall story.
No.
I guess
Nice.
we'll
I thought Chaz. Man, I haven't really met too many wrestlers. I had that one high kind of thing in the bathroom at Scarefest with fucking Brutus Beefcake or whatever. And,
Brutus Beefcake.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Brutus
Uh,
Beefcake.
Well, I used to have. Well, what's crazy is when I was younger, I had a
If you
food
hang
tray.
out at a bar or hang out by the bathroom, I guarantee you'll get people.
Oh yeah. But when I was younger, I used to have a little food tray. You know, like when you're a kid, you get down, watch cartoons or whatever. You lay on your belly and eat food, or whatever, eat your cereal. Well, I used to have one of those, and my favorite one, it had him on there, and I thought that was like fucking. And it had him. It might have had Scott Hall there. I can't remember. There was a bunch of different people on it, but it was like so awesome. But that's when I met him in the bathroom. That was kind of like, I was like, oh shit, flashback to being a kid for like 2 seconds, eating cereal on top of your face. That sounds weird. But probably the most awkward meeting a wrestler though was at Scarefest the first time I went. I'd never been to a con before, and I was there, and Mom I was older or whatever. Mom was helping me get some things, or whatever, and I was like, oh, okay. I thought you just went around. This is how ignorant I am. I thought you were just supposed to go around and meet everybody. I didn't know that you could just pick and choose. So the first person that I see is fucking DDP. And so like I jumped in the line to go meet fucking Diamond Dallas Page. And I was never even that big of a fan of his. I wasn't. And it was very awkward because he wanted me to do the diamond cutter or whatever, and I was stoned out of my mind. Which was awkward because I was like, I know he probably hates the fact that people smoke weed and meet him.
He wanted
I
you to
mean,
do that?
yeah, he's like super
Yeah.
religious.
Like that thing? Yeah.
Well, it was just like this awkward thing because I was like, well, because like I didn't realize like he's like because he was looking down, I was looking at all the pictures and stuff, and I was going down. He's like picture for a picture, and I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't realize what he meant by that, and I was like, I'll just get a picture with you. He's like, yeah, picture for a picture. And I was like, oh, so I got to buy one of those. Okay, gotcha. Because I didn't know shit, man. Like I said, I'd never been to one, and it was just I don't know. I was like, just get me the fuck out of here. It was it sucked. The only good thing that came out of it though was the fact that I have actually I got it right here. This is actually what came out of this. There's a picture that I chose. It's from Devil's Rejects, and I thought it was kind of cool because he's like, "Yo, Chuck, is the shit on?" And I was like, "All right, that'll go with my other Devil's Rejects people that I've met and shit."
Right.
Yeah, that's my wrestler story.
I noticed that the longer cons have been going on, the more they've been charging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, like Doug Bradley signed my shit for free. The dude from Amityville signed shit for free. Like a lot of people would just sign shit. They just wouldn't care.
Now they're like,
Yeah, and because it would depend who they were setting by. Like if, say, Doug Bradley sat next to Elvira, and Elvira was charging $25, Doug Bradley was charging $25. I noticed a bit like who. I think it was George Lucas was signing like $100 for something signed or something crazy like that. Like just fucking outrageous.
The one year I saw Robert Englund, and then I went over and saw Kane. Kane's like, "What's Rob charging these days?" I was like 50, and he was like, "What the fuck?" Because he was only charging 25.
Yeah.
Then when I went back like years later to get Bruce Campbell to sign my arm, and then I went down to Kane, and he was charging $50.
Dude, that's how it happens. That's how it starts.
Yeah, my buddy Jason actually he knows the guy that made the Friday the 13th game and is making that made that Texas Chainsaw Massacre when ready to come out, and they all hung out with Kane after during it was around the Scarefest time, and they did this whole whiskey thing. Except Kane thought it was a tasting, and Duder that makes the fucking video games didn't tell him that it wasn't really a tasting, but he was gonna have to pay a lot of money, and he was like, yeah, it was a whole thing. But my mom got to go to it, and I didn't. My buddy was like, he ran to my mom there and was like, hey, she got to go drink.
I want to talk to Kane about anything, and for a long time, just talk to him about ICP.
Right. Yeah.
He'll talk to you for hours.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah, he loves those guys. That's for sure.
He's a big job.
A lot of respect he has.
He's down with the clown.
Oh yeah. Well, they've done a few. Well, I can't remember what tour it was on, but Kane was Jason, and they went on tour with ICP and showed up a couple of places, and it was Jason and somebody dressed up like Michael Myers, and they were like they'd be on like each side of the stage and like walk around and like freak people out and shit. Yeah.
Yep, that sounds like Kane.
Yeah.
He probably just liked it just because they let him do weird shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he'll always choke you if you take a picture with him. It's cool.
And he really chokes you too. Like he does the bruise on you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Fucking yeah, like that.
That's one reason why I haven't met him yet. I've had many chances to meet him.
You fucking yourself.
Yeah, you would have thought like he was my pimp, but I would have mad in cash or something. Like I was gone for a week and didn't pay him or something.
Oh wow! It's just like it's like so.
I have a thing. I have a thing with my throat, man. That would just freak me out too bad.
It's like someone asked you like. Someone will ask you like, "What's that red mark on your neck? You be getting something going on?" And like, "No, actually, you got choked by Kane."
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of Canes and wrestling and like different movies or whatever, like what do y'all think about the See No Evil?
Yeah, I was going to say that. He just said that.
It's serviceable.
I like the second one better than the first one. The second one's better. But
I don't even remember the second one.
The second one's awesome. It's what you gotta know. No, it takes place in a morgue. It's got Danielle Harris It's got the hot chick from American Mary, and was also in Freddy vs. Jason and Ginger Snaps, a bunch of shit. She's hot as hell. And it's done well. But I mean, all I really had to say was Daniel Harris.
Yep.
Oh, Daniel Harris. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and the Suska.
Daniel Harris is in it. This movie is A+ for me.
I'm pretty
Hey,
sure
that's
we
kinda-
referenced her every episode since like episode 5.
I think
Probably.
every week.
She gets brought up every week.
But yeah, I think the Saska twins. They also, I think they made that one too. But I like that one. If you haven't seen that, if you haven't seen part 2 of that, it's pretty all right. I dig it.
I've seen bits and pieces just because she was in it.
I finally figured it out.
Right. It's a much better. In my opinion, it's a much better like story than the original movie. The original movie was just like they took. Yeah, it's fucking weird. Like the whole thing with him jerking off in the fucking cage. I'm like, come on, dude. Do we really need to see that? I mean, come on. The man's a mayor now, or governor, or whatever the fuck he is. Like shit.
Someone brought that up in this campaign. Look at this, they're masturbating. He can't be our governor.
No, he's comfortable with himself. We want this man in office. He won't lie about it. He'll just do it to your face.
Like he'll just walk right up to you and choke you for a picture. Like, okay, all right.
You gonna tell this man to stop doing that in your face? I don't think so.
Vote for Kane, a man not afraid of
There we go.
masturbate.
Now we're getting wound.
There we go.
I think they should now, Bob.
What's some other ones? Oh, the movie The Wrestler. That's loosely
Oh my
based on
God,
Jake the
that
Snake.
movie-
Oh, forget that one.
That
It's
that
called
that
Wrestler.
no, I'm saying that movie is brutal. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
No, it is. No, it's one of the. It's one of the most.
Gentlemen, Andrew's trying to speak here. Wait.
No. I'm saying The Wrestler is one of the most like accurate portrayals of like of wrestling because like I watched the behind the scenes and they literally like interviewed people
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
indie scene. Yeah,
It's
like
pretty rough.
Mickey Rourke went method. Literally, he's just like hanging out with people and freaking like indie like scene and just like goes to a few shows and talks to like some old school people. Like Necro Butcher is like mentioned in there. That's right. I think Necro Butcher is actually in the movie.
I think he is.
Rest in peace.
It's all the shit they go through.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's probably one of the better like movies about wrestling.
It is.
It
There's
is
a lot of
so.
shitty ones.
That's got some tear jerking moments though in it though. The
It does.
whole
The ending.
father daughter thing and the
Yeah.
ending where you don't know.
No. You know, but no, the father and daughter thing. That was just like, oh wow.
Yeah.
Like that's what they would go through. Like Mick Foley watched the movie. He's like, that's exactly what it's like.
Right.
Probably except
that-
when they go back and all the rest of the guys clap.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a scene for that
I
too.
think
Like,
Piper said that probably wasn't true. Because you were like,
Yeah.
I got to follow this motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wrestlers that did movies now.
there is.
Yeah, but see, it's like
Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
back in the day
Piper's
with, like,
movies.
They Live and shit.
Yeah.
and
They Live.
The Frog
Now
Town.
comes the
Yeah,
frog.
welcome to Frogtown. Oh
Love
my
that
god,
movie.
They Live amazing. Welcome to Frogtown. It's a different kind of amazing.
Yeah.
It's terrible,
Yeah.
Sunny in Philadelphia.
it's amazingly terrible.
I have to say.
but
Yeah, always sunny. Yep.
oh yeah, always his part in Always Sunny is the best because he faces the trash man,
Yeah.
Frank Reynolds.
That was another one that passed away. That was like, oh man,
No,
that
that
fucking
hurt.
sucks.
Yeah,
It's like when
that
all
hurt.
your heroes from back in the day just start killing off. You're like, God damn it!
I'm
Like the
getting
day the
old.
Undertaker kills over, or Stone Cold kills over, I might cry a lot.
Yeah, Stone
Right.
Cold is just like
Like Booker
immortal.
T. I was always a big Booker T fan.
Brett.
Right?
When
Have-
Brett
have you
goes,
seen-
I'll go into seclusion for at least 2 days.
Yeah,
Well, have you seen Booker T now? Booker T's got like a beard and everything, and like he's looking like really old now.
Yeah.
he is really old.
I can dig that. Sucker.
But the beard's kind of cool. Like it's just weird. You've always seen him clean shaven though. It's just weird
Right.
to see a beard.
King
Very
Book.
intimidating dude.
Yeah, Booker T is like what 6'5".
Yeah, he's tall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
I wouldn't
see him
fuck with him.
down through the airport.
I wouldn't fuck with
Oh
him.
yeah, airports. That's the other place.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
airports.
yeah.
That's right. That's where I met Iron Sheik.
Oh really?
Iron Sheik was cool as shit. Yeah,
Nice.
people were just like, people would be like, "What do you think of Hogan? Fuck Hogan!" Like he's very
Fuck the Hulk Hogan.
that man really really hates Hogan.
I've met quite a few wrestlers.
But Iron Sheik cracks me up. He's such a nice guy. The guy's hands are
He's awesome.
ginormous.
I remember like
That's
the best. I tried to get a photo with Randy Orton one time, and he was like looking at the walls and shit, looking for his flight. And I was like, "Randy, can I get a photo?" He was like, "Hold on a second." And he's like looking at the wall. Like, no. And then he just walked away. I was fucking dying. That was the best shit ever, yo. Like,
Yeah, Randy Orton I heard was kind of hit or miss.
An asshole.
Yeah. I mean, he did take dumping people's bags, so
he was funny as fuck.
yeah. No, he literally would take a dump in people's bags. I'm just like, wow, that's a.
I feel like I've heard that before too. Yeah.
Yeah, like why? Why? You
Some of
just
those wrestlers, man.
You just open the bag and you're like, God damn it, Randy Orton, not again.
It's like so like those guys, man. Like there's so many stories that you hear like on documentaries and shit. It's like half the time they really could get along with each other, but like in that same sense, even if they like somebody, I'm like, man, I'm tired of being on the road with this motherfucker. Like even like hearing, huh?
I said with like Triple H, like there were so many stories where like, oh, they would get, everybody would get along with them, and then just after a while, people were just like, man, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Jed the Snake talking
about so much shit.
It's like Jed the Snake talking about Macho Man. Like if you ever,
man,
The story with the Cobra.
Yeah. I saw him talking about that on Joe Rogan once. That shit's fucking hilarious. It's like, ooh, I don't want to get bit, and have him bite you first. It's just like, God, man, it's like funny. The fact that Jake the Snake is still alive and Macho Man isn't still blows my mind.
No, it really does, because like I'm amazed Jake the Snake is still around.
That's what I'm saying. He's definitely wrestling as Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Goddamn vampires.
That fucking venom.
But watching Dark Side of the Ring, Dark Side of the Ring, you really get like different side to Macho Man. You're just like, wow, Macho Man is actually kind of an awful person. That's like the crazy thing. Like, you grow up and you're like, man, Macho Man's a shit, and they're just like, yeah, Macho Man was a shit. He wasn't the shit.
He was kind of a dick. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before on here or not, but like my dad, he works at a ABC affiliated TV station here, and he's been there forever. And back they used to do wrestling matches on Saturdays at the studio. And before Macho Man was before WWF and all that shit or whatever, that just was a thing. They would go to different studios and stuff, and they would do their little Saturday afternoon matinees of all their shit. And my dad still got videotapes of some of this shit, which is kind of cool. But Macho Man would go around. This is before he was fucking famous, mind you. He would walk around the whole studio and hit on every woman. He hit on my mom. Yeah, I found out. Wow. But he hit on every woman that was in the studio and was just like a complete scuzzbag, as you can imagine. You want to take a ride with me? Come on, baby.
It's just that shit you found out what he did to Elizabeth and why she fucking left, and I'm just like, wow. They didn't tell anybody that, and they're just like, oh yeah, the storyline is where they just broke up and everything, but the behind the scenes stuff, you're like, that poor woman. But at the same time, you're just like, wow, she just got really heavy into the drugs.
Right.
Yeah, that's a sad thing.
And then the problem with that, and Savage was so good at what he did.
Yeah, she's like, she didn't know whether when he was Macho Man or freaking
And that's
Randy.
probably what happens. They play the
Yeah,
same
like he got
character
so caught
all
up
their
in it.
lives.
He always cracked me up in Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
Bonesaw.
Yeah, Bonesaw. That was it.
Yeah.
He was jacked as fuck in that movie.
yeah, he was.
Like, buddy, are you hitting the roids again?
He kind of looked like he was, what didn't he? He looked disgusting. He was one of the
Yeah.
grossest people to look at after a long time, man. I swear. And when he didn't have his glasses on, you're like, dude, just put them back on. I know you're wrestling, but it doesn't matter. And that's like it's like Gene Simmons.
Pour into your soul.
It's like Gene Simmons without makeup. It's like Gene, just put the shit back on, bro.
And if
You
anyone's tuning in, we're just like trashing Macho Man. We're just talking about what he really was like, and people are just like, "Oh, how dare you!"
Yeah. Slap him to a Slim Jim, asshole.
Can that be the title of the episode?
Name of the episode is "Snap into a Slim Asshole."
Ew.
Write that down.
Well, the thing is, do you remember
Please don't hate us
uh,
too much.
Macho Man's fucking website? Because he was trying to he was going to make a comeback, and he was gonna have an album out, another rap album.
Have you heard
so
his
bad.
rap albums?
Oh, it's so bad. Well, you ever heard
It's
Hulk's?
so bad.
You ever heard Hogan's, man? That shit ain't good either. But yeah, like on his website or whatever, like it had his eyes and he had music playing or something, and it just said the return or something. It was this big long thing. And then like it was on there forever after Macho Man died.
Wow.
And like a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's not real." Like, no, I'm pretty sure that guy is. I don't think he's coming back.
I was back at Martinsburg at my mom's house, and then fucking Dave called me and was like, "Macho Man died." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
I wasn't that shocked, honestly, when he died.
It's just the way he died. A car accident and then a heart attack.
Another one too was Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, dude.
That was heartbreaking. Like,
He was the shit.
he was only 40 something. No, not even. Was he 40?
He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he literally was, going for the championship the next night.
Yeah, I think he already got it. He had beat Brock Lesnar at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Somebody needs to beat Brock Lesnar.
I was not gonna see it.
But Eddie Guerrero was literally the only person, like, pound for pound, just, like, good enough to beat Lesnar, even though Lesnar was, like, insane and huge.
Lesnar is
Freaking huge.
Well, no, Eddie was a small guy, but, like, he was, like, legitimately one of the best wrestlers.
Yeah, he was a talent, man. Like, you know,
He had everything, literally.
it's just like if you actually look. I mean, like that show, Dark Side of the Mat, or whatever the fuck it is. Like,
Dark Side of the Ring.
yeah. But they really do show. I mean, like all the fucked up shit that's gone on with wrestling. I mean,
Right.
of course. I mean, we all remember that one particular wrestler that kind of shocked everybody. Who's gonna say it? Just somebody say his name. Who's gonna say it? Chris Benoit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like that. Dude, when I first heard about that shit, that's before they released how he died.
I thought it was a pun.
It
You
almost
thought it was a
seemed like-
pun?
No, it almost seemed like a work. Like, Vince McMahon sold it as a work. He's just like, oh, yeah, the fans are really going to eat this up. And I'm like, oh, wait, wow, he actually killed a family? What?
Yeah, like that was weird because that night, like I came home from some friends, like from a friend's house, and my stepdad was like, "Did you hear about Chris Benoit?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Well, yeah, like he died, and like,
Okay.
and apparently like his family was like killed too, and they don't know what happened." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then when all the details came out about what happened, like, cause that night they had it was on Raw.
Yeah.
They had the tribute and all that shit or whatever. And that was hard to fucking watch. And then after it came out what happened, Vince McMahon was like, "Nope." And that was fucked up, man.
They fucking deleted his ass.
Yeah.
You couldn't
See, but Chris Benoit is a perfect example of like
CTE.
Burned all his merchandise.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But like the man wasn't right in the fucking head. You know, you take so many fucking hits to the head, you know, and all the shit, and I don't know. I don't remember if the roid thing was actually proven or not. Was that proven? I thought.
That's not fucking roid rage.
No.
Yeah, no. That's a middle. I mean, he fucking killed his fucking like kid in his fucking one of his signature moves.
And
then had Bibles laying down next to all of them.
Yeah,
like or something like that. Like that's
yeah.
I think they were fucked up. I think he got into a fight with his wife. It went too far. He sobered up, and that's when he went down to the gym and did what he did. He killed himself. I mean.
Oh yeah. I'd say it was something like that.
On his weight machine, the most like manliest thing I guess.
I don't know. This is just what it sounds like to me all these years later.
I thought the same thing, but I mean, there's no argument about that. That's a shame though, is the fact that newcomers into wrestling and shit like the new school, like unless their parents are talking about it, they're not going to know anything about Chris Benoit except for the fact that he was a piece of shit that ended up killing his fucking family. What you don't fucking like, what kids aren't going to hear and and people aren't going to get is that the guy was one of the best wrestlers in the fucking business. And that's just fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah, he trained in freaking Stu Hart's dungeon. You had to be the best.
Oh yeah, dude.
There is no other way to be there.
I feel so bad for his son because his son looks just like him.
Oh man, he does.
It's like, he's been through like some shit.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. Like
on that documentary, he even mentioned stuff like he's like, I wanted to instantly say, I didn't want to do this at first, but they convinced me.
Yeah. Man, I growing up, I mean, wrestlers, because a lot of people, make fun of me or whatever for like wrestling, and like a bunch of my friends would give me shit, whatever. But it's like there was something about it. It was like those were our heroes growing up. With all those guys, fucking Scott Hall and Hulk and Macho Man, and Sting and Ultimate Warrior, and fucking the list goes on and on and on and on and on.
Well, what's funny is people used to make fun of me too, up to about 1996, 1997, when now it was the coolest thing to fucking hit. Now you've seen like college kids.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I would get made fun of all the time wearing wrestling shirts.
Now everybody has Austin 316 or an NWO shirt on.
Yeah,
and now they're just like that and watched it it was. Now you get it because everyone used to go, "Oh, it's so fake. Oh, it's so fake."
Yeah, so
That's not why
you watch.
It doesn't matter. It's like watching a soap opera. Yeah, shit stage, whatever. They do get hurt. They do things that people. That there's a lot of fucking training that goes into that. You can't just if you fall the wrong way, you can fucking like paralyze yourself. Right. You can break your fucking neck and die. I mean, fuck, you can't. I get in this argument all the time with people. It's like that's why it's like people like Owen Hart died the way they did. Shit happens. There's I mean, it's a lot of fucking like shit on their head and on their fucking body. I mean, it really fucking is. I mean, I that's why I have such an issue with certain wrestlers who go from being fucking, UFC guys or fucking football players, Goldberg, and and put everybody at fucking risk because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Goldberg is the reason why Bret Hart he fucked him up. Why? Because Goldberg didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He just thought, if I just keep doing fucking this shit to everybody, I'm just gonna fucking
stupid ass moves like that anyway. He was like this big, huge guy. You shouldn't be doing that high flying shit anyway. Right. You don't need to. And yeah, you could tell by watching the tape, he fucking nailed him in the back.
He was being a football player, and that wasn't needed there. The only reason why he got into that is because he was a bigger version of he was WCW Stone Cold in a way. They needed the big bald guy.
The goatee and fucking everything.
Yeah.
You're a robot.
Yeah, you're roboting. You turned a deadly friend from Wes Craven. You're just not as pretty as Christy Swanson. Sorry, buddy.
That's good.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys. Real quick, guys.
Okay. Intermission.
Am I still roboting?
Yeah.
Shop our store. Shop.nighttadawn.com. Buy your Gary Fuck It t-shirt now for $19.99. Follow us. Twitter. Dave's handle is Video Store Dave. Chad's handle is @Psychodistic. Like and subscribe.
Am I still robot?
Yep.
I should have talked slower and stretch it out some.
All right, let me just come back then. See if this will work.
Now he gonna leave too.
Perfect time for an intermission. Where's the elevator music?
Oh yeah, good idea. I should have had some ready.
I'm sure you got a piss, so you might as well.
Yeah, I might as well piss too.
I could use a refill.
Crotch shot. Oh god, how am I gonna get out of here?
I'm getting some more scotch.
Scotch.
How about now? Am I robot still?
Now you're good.
I mean, I hear him as a robot. You're frozen too.
I am.
Yeah. Unless are they gone from their seats at the moment?
I am. Oh wait. I have one open. All right, let me sort this.
Yeah, you're still kind of sound jacked up.
Sometimes if you move the phone around, it works.
There we go. Perfect.
I can see like you're still kind of robotic.
God damn it.
God damn it. Goddamn robots are taking over.
It happens.
But
I've
yeah,
seen
no,
'em.
I'm surprised we haven't talked. You know, I'm glad other people agree. Goldberg's a freaking jerk.
Yeah, dude. I know so many. I've gotten into arguments with so many fucking people. There's a couple of friends I had that I don't really talk to anymore, or whatever. But got in an argument once because the wife posted something about Goldberg, how she couldn't wait to meet Goldberg at some signing or whatever. And I think I might have made the comment. I was like, "Fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit. He's one of the worst wrestlers in the world." Blah blah blah.
He's the reason why Bret Hart's in a fucking wheelchair.
I mean, that's why Bret Hart quit. You know, he wasn't able to fucking wrestle anymore. You know, that's bullshit. You know,
I'm just amazed he didn't kill the Undertaker in that god awful Saudi Arabian match. I can't help it. It's so bad. I'm never not gonna forget how bad that was.
that was pretty bad. I do remember that.
They
Yeah,
both
that's
killed
a
each
good
other.
idea.
It
Yeah,
was
it
so
wasn't good.
And Goldberg is still fucking wrestling. He's go away. Go the fuck away.
I think Dave just sat on his nuts.
Oh,
I mean, are you okay, Dave?
oh god, my pants are too
Having
tight.
issues.
My pants are too tight.
His fat ass put on some weight.
Oh,
He needs to go buy some
COVID.
bras.
I wanted to wear shorts because it was warm here today. These shorts don't fit anymore.
You're like, shorts was a bad idea.
Oh, oh.
That's why you wear ball shorts, buddy.
Ball shorts?
Well, like basketball shorts. That's what I'm wearing right now, actually. I'm very comfy. I can move around. I'm not feeling constrained, you know. It isn't as awkward. I'm trying to pull my balls out from the crease, you know what I mean?
I want to dip my balls in it.
Oh my god.
I'm sure you
We're adults, people. We're adults.
We're all adults here. We don't act like it, but we are.
Well, one thing we forgot to talk about was the Dungeon of Doom and like Hulk Hogan and his fireball.
What?
You don't remember that?
It's fine.
Early 2000s WCW and like NWO had like I think Sting in the Wolfpack and everything.
Did he get herpes?
Probably.
Fireball?
No. They were. Oh, well, what? It was some match against Goldberg. That's right. It was one of the matches against Goldberg, and Hulk Hogan tried to light a piece of paper on fire and try to make it into a fireball, and it blew back in his face.
Damn,
It's so,
I don't remember
it's-
that.
it's so dumb. Well, early 2000s WCW was kind of eh.
Yeah.
That was like Buff Bagwell's mom on a pole match and shit.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I forgot about
I think they actually did that. It was something like that. The first one
Lord.
to his mom gets to use it.
They were basically trying to be the Attitude Era when the Attitude Era passed. It was like the bygone era.
Right. Shit.
But no,
Wrestling.
watch 2000.
I'm surprised we haven't touched on that Ready to Rumble movie with David Arquette.
I was just about to ask why we haven't talked about that.
I've actually never seen that.
I've never seen it either. See, thank
Oh,
you.
man.
It's not.
We'll have to have a watch party.
Oh my god, yeah, we do.
Can we do that on here? That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
It's got its moments. It's famous for its crazy three-tiered fucking cage stacked on top of each other. There's one cage, another cage, and another fucking cage, and it's like they actually tried doing the match like that in real life, and it was a fucking disaster. You remember that, the Ready to Rumble match?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so bad. So
The
many
outside of the cage was like surrounded by DDP's henchmen.
Yeah, and literally everyone in the match almost got their careers ended or shortened because it was just so poorly thought out.
It was for the good of the film.
Freaking Vince Russo.
So
That was all Russo.
who's everybody's favorite wrestler's like theme?
Brett or Razor?
Okay, I can do that. I would say that the Triple H, Motorhead, man.
I like
Yeah.
his old one.
Lemmy's kind of up here. Everybody else is kind of down here. So
He actually, he actually got Lemmy to do it, which is impressive.
If you watch Lemmy, the documentary, which is like if you get the two disc special, it's awesome. But Triple H is on there, and he's talking about how Motorhead was supposed to come on and play. I think King of Kings or whatever the fuck it was on the show that night, and he said that they showed up and they had so much alcohol with them, all this shit, and they went through so many bottles of like beer and whiskey and all this, and they were all bitching at each other, and everybody was all like worried about like they're talking to Triple H. I think it's what he says. They're talking to him like, dude, like this, how's this gonna work if they're all bitching at each other, you know? And he's like, no, he's like, man, I'm just hear me out here. Like this isn't like a new thing for them, like, you know. And he said that like it didn't matter, you didn't know they were all trashed. They went on stage and fucking owned it, you know.
I remember
that's what Lemmy did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They always fucking bitched at each other. That's literally how they stayed together, just constant turmoil.
Yeah. Well, Lemmy would give everybody fucking shit, and then it would just kind of bleed off everybody else.
They always put on a good live show though. Like I saw him twice.
I never got to see him, man.
Yeah, I never got to see Motorhead either. Kind of sad.
Damn, really?
Yeah, the best show I ever went to was Motorhead, Dio, and Iron Maiden.
Oh my god!
Shit.
Wow.
When
how
Dio?
much?
Yeah, well,
You just blew everybody's mind.
Well, what year for Dio? Because like Dio,
it was probably like early 2000s, late 90s.
Okay.
Nice.
Whenever I saw him backstage walking around, because like we were going by like the cage where the sound stage and shit was, and he was back there walking around, and I saw how fucking short that dude was.
Yeah, dude, tiny.
He looked like a little munchkin.
Yeah, dude. It's so weird that he like could get that. You know, you would think something that small would be able to.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what she said.
That's the thing. Dio might have been tiny, but that man's voice is insane.
Oh yeah.
He was
well, it's like Lemmy was short too.
Yeah.
Lemmy wasn't that tall of a guy.
I think he made jokes about his stature though.
Yeah, and he was God, so I mean that doesn't really mean anything. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a trick question, asshole. Lemmy is God.
Yeah. I used to write for I used to be the editor of my school newspaper. I used to masturbate constantly.
That movie was great.
That's pretty good.
It's so good.
That's pretty good.
I have to watch that later now.
Ah, fuck yeah.
Okay, now we have Sylvester Stallone, Lemmy Kilmister.
Dude, I used to do karaoke back at the karaoke bar like I used to hang out at, and I used to do Ace of Spades, and people would ask me to do it.
That's pretty.
I get really fucking drunk, and I have to have me like some whiskey and like all this shit, and be fucking out of my mind. And I would just get up there just to have a good time. My leather jacket on and shit.
Would do it. Yeah, just like he would probably do it for real.
Oh yeah, I have the microphone like this. You know,
I got thrown
I'd
out.
be like air bassing while I'm doing vocals. You know, it's always good.
He's letting you give the microphone back.
I always argued that Motorhead was punk as fuck just because their freaking bassist and their drummer was like, this is not like any other normal metal band that I've heard.
Well, Motorhead was like, they were one of the first bands that like, that was the thing. Metalheads loved them and punk rockers liked them. And punk rockers were like, well, they're enough punk for us to like. They were fast enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my opinion, they were kind of like one of the first thrash bands. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they definitely mixed the punk and the metal together pretty well. And the thing is, I mean, like it wasn't because they were meaning to, just because they, you know, it was speed. He'd think of a riff and then he'd be fucked up and just fucking play and just be like, you know, they just need to play fucking fast. Fucking filthy animal back there.
Oh man, Scott Ian's comments on Anthrax were, on Motorhead were hilarious.
Which ones?
The one where he's just like, you know, here's this guy and like called Motorhead playing. He's just like, man, these guys are fucking crazy. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
And he said that was one of their influences. I think was like he's like knew about Motorhead and saw them play. He's just like, okay, we want to do that.
I was like, fucking Scott Ian's story about going on tour with Motorhead. It was Anthrax and Motorhead, and they were at a hotel. And he said he saw Lemmy out, you know, they were like in California somewhere or some shit. It was like hot as fuck or whatever. And he said he saw Lemmy at the ice machine. And Lemmy had on these like Daisy Duke fucking shorts because, you know, everybody knows Lemmy wore fucking short shorts. Who wears short shorts? Lemmy wears short shorts. Yeah, like it worked. But he told,
it worked for him. Yeah,
well, Scott
wear short shorts.
Yeah, well, Scott Ian asked him. He was like, man, he's like, Lemmy, like, man, come on. He's like, because Lemmy was like bending over, and like his ball sack was basically hanging out. And he was like, Lemmy, he's like, dude, like, what are you doing, like wearing those shorts? He looked at him, and he said that Scott Ian said he was wearing like really long shorts with like cargo shorts and shit. And Lemmy looked at him, and he was just like, he's like, you call those shorts? No, these are shorts. These are comfy. So I mean, you can't argue. When Lemmy said, you know, something was cool, you're like, all right, fine, it's cool.
Yes, sir.
I like how this went from a wrestling conversation to a Motorhead conversation.
I mean, it's
how
pretty
We're
easy to do that.
Oh well, yeah, of course.
But no, it's just funny how Scott Ian has a story on everybody. I'm just like, this guy has fucking literally met everybody.
Well, yeah, he's married to fucking one of Meatloaf's daughters.
I remember seeing something on YouTube with him. He was talking about whenever he was with Stormtroopers of Death.
Wow.
Speak English or die.
Pretty rough.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to go back and bitch about those fucking albums, did they?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to bring them back and like, you know, call some shit out. Scott Ian wanted to call out Phil Anselmo. Fucking asshole. Just like that fucking Rob Flynn asshole. I fucking hate fucking Machine Head.
Oh, but, Rob Flynn's always been an asshole. It's just
but
new.
Yeah. Once they put out the Burning Red, if you ever heard that album, you can know another reason why I can't stand them. We're gonna be a rap metal band now. Shut the fuck up, you idiot. God damn it. How many Limp Biscuits do we need in the fucking world, okay? None. It's bad enough they're back, okay?
They never went away. They just kind of go and do their side projects, and they just.
You don't hear a goddamn word. You don't hear a goddamn word from that fucking band in fucking years, and all of a sudden they come out with a new album. Everybody's like, "Yay, Limp Bizkit's back!" And I'm like, "Wait a minute! Everybody fucking hated them fucking 10 years ago,
yeah.
And now you're praising them? What the fuck's going on?"
It's historically known Fred Durst is a giant dick.
He looks like a farmer.
Yeah. You ever seen any of his movies?
With the gray hair, he literally looks like someone just like, I don't know, someone's dad.
Yeah, that's really pervy, and they don't want anybody, like, nobody wants to go around at all.
He's on the registration list.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Okay, interesting. Not surprised.
Hey, Justin, who's your little girlfriend with you? I did it all for the nookie. You sick fuck.
Yeah, he is.
God, Will Sasso used to do the best Fred Durst impression.
Oh my God, he did.
Yo, Fred Durst in the house.
Man, I miss Mad TV. Mad TV had some genius skits.
Yeah, dude. That was some good
They,
shit. That was
they also invited most of the wrestlers on there before The Rock went on SNL.
yeah. That started his fucking thing. You know, I think I want to be a comedian now.
Yeah, he fucking blew up, man.
Yeah, which I mean, I like some Rock stuff. Like some of his movies are all right. You know,
I mean,
I kind of get tired of looking at him. I want to
He
see
doesn't get
Stone
tired of
Cold do
looking
some
at
more
himself.
movies.
Whenever
Oh
I
my
heard
God.
like they were gonna redo like Big Trouble in Little China, and then like I saw that he was probably gonna be in it or whatever, I was like, I'll give this one a pass. See what happens. But at the same time, like in the back of my head, I'm like, why are they gonna fucking remake a classic? Like, it's just getting
Stop
old.
it.
But if
Yeah,
he was going to be
stop
playing
it.
Jack Burton, it wouldn't make any sense because Jack Burton wasn't that tough in the movie.
No,
Right.
he
People
was
forget about
Yeah,
that
Jack
his
Burton
buddy
was
was
kind
the
of
one that kicked ass.
Yeah.
exactly. Jack Burton was the shrimpy guy.
Wang.
Yeah, yeah. Wang was the one that kicking the ass. And Kurt Russell, Jack. You know what Jack Burton says in a time like this? Fuck it. He shoots the gun up and he knocks himself out, and then he's just like, "Did I do this?"
That's what
So
made it
full
so
of
good,
himself.
though.
The check is in the mail.
Fucking Kurt Russell.
The check is in the mail,
I
Wang.
love that fucking movie. I even have that fucking tank top.
That's awesome.
You should
Is it the same size that he wore in that?
Fuck no.
It'd be a whole lot better if it was.
No shit.
The same size. You're just like, yeah, check it out.
It'll be a fucking belly shirt on me.
Dude, same. 3X over here, bro. Let me tell you.
I'd be looking like fucking Chris Farley doing the Chippendale sketch.
Oh,
I recently found out the person who did the skit for Band Down by the River, that was actually Bob Odenkirk.
Hmm.
oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I recently found out he was a writer for SNL during the 90s. I'm like, no wonder it was so fucking good then.
Yeah.
Right.
Conan O'Brien, Odenkirk, and like all the great writers from that era doing the show. And now
Yeah.
whoever the fuck is writing it needs to, I don't know, go back to writing school.
I haven't watched that show in so long. It's hard to.
That show
It's-
goes in cycles. It's like every 10 years it's good. Then it's
No,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The last 10 years it sucked.
yeah.
This show has ended its cycle.
Except when the Rock
It's like-
hosts. When the Rock hosts, it's,
Okay.
it's amazing.
Okay. Yeah, because he's actually good at comedic timing.
You know who actually, as somebody who I was never a fan of as a wrestler, but I've got to watch Peacemaker, but
I was
Fucking
just saying,
Cena.
John,
he's
fucking-
hilarious. I mean,
yeah.
there was that movie that came out a couple years back where he played a father and a bunch of it was him and a bunch of other parents who found out their kids were going on some big sex vacation or whatever or some shit, so they go off trying to look for him. And
I still need
you know
to
what I'm
watch
talking about?
Blockers.
Oh, is
It's
it Cocksuckers?
Yeah, no,
Huh?
it's just called Blockers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I think it puts the chicken in front of it. It's like it's called that, but it's not. But is that what
I just know this movie's fucking hilarious though. Like he really does crack me up. Like
Again,
but as
his
a wrestler, he
comedic
just annoys me.
timing- His comedic timing is very like strangely on time. Like Peacemaker is just fucking absurd. Like he's just insane in that.
Like, I'm
Completely.
definitely not a Cena fan,
he almost got in a fight with Cena one time.
but
Wait, okay, what's the story? Okay, story time. Why did
What's
you
the story, Morning Glory?
I don't even really remember.
Oh damn.
The
Yeah,
end.
unfortunately.
Just like John Cena, just like wait, someone tried to
How do you not remember that?
He was really tired. Or something.
because he can't see him. He can't see him.
He had camo on.
Every once in a while, he'll reference the stuff that he used to do in wrestling. He's just like, yeah,
Or like, just whenever you would like go up to him, like every once in a while, like, he'd just be a dick, and then things just kind of escalate.
He hit on my kid's mom
Wow.
before me and her were together. She went to a signing with a few people or whatever, and he kept trying to get her like come over there to her, and she's like, "Nah, not a fan.
I was
Sorry."
just gonna say,
He was-
that's
he was
because you're
easy.
not a groupie.
Well, he was easy
You're not
as
a
shit
groupie.
too. Like before, like Before he got the belt, he would sign all day long. Like, he would do whatever the fuck. But then once he got the belt, it just totally changed him.
That's the way Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar was.
Yeah. I can't stand Brock Lesnar. He looks like he looks like a guy I went to school with that was just a dick, and he just gives off that same. I'm just like, I can't like him, and I hate that mother. What's that motherfucker that Brock Lesnar?
Hey, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Paul
Hyman.
ECW. No. If you watch old ECW, that shit was insane. It was terrible, but also insane. Yeah.
You can't put anything on old ECW. Sabu was my shit. RVD.
Sabu is a crazy motherfucker. I'm surprised he's alive. I'm surprised Sabu is not
my favorite.
Huh?
New Jack was my favorite back then.
Oh man, New Jack!
He's
wow,
a crazy fucker.
It's amazing that he died. I was just like, wow, he actually died. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy. He is crazy.
Yeah, he is. That poor fan.
God.
What happened?
You didn't watch the Dark Side of the Ring with New Jack? Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh wow, that every 5 seconds New Jack's like, fuck that guy. It was the most New Jack thing ever. And he was just like, yeah, we went into this territory. He's like, yeah, like piss off a bunch of white supremacists. He's like, I can fucking do that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, oh my god. He
didn't give a fuck. He told it how it was.
No, he did.
I found that shit on accident. Like, me and my cousin was flipping through the channels one night and we stumbled across ECW, and it was the greatest shit ever. And then whenever New Jack came out, he always had that Ice-T song coming out, and I kept screaming straight out the nutsack. And like, that's like the only thing you would hear, because the crowd would get so like, at the very beginning of the song, and then fucking like the crowd would get so crazy. He came out there with this fucking shopping cart full of toys.
Yeah. But seriously, I don't think a lot of the stuff is scripted, because I think Paul Heyman wanted to be like, just go off the cuff. He's just like, look, anything goes. Like, literally anything went.
Well, he said like in that episode, like a lot of him and the Sandman shit was real, because Sandman was so drunk he'd start fucking actually hitting him. So they was actually like really fighting out in the ring.
Yeah, I am convinced Sandman never really had a gimmick. They just let him do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Yeah, he was just a crazy alcoholic that just fucking went on a rampage.
Yeah. A poor man.
He was like the white trash Stone Cold.
Oh yeah, the white trash Stone Cold. To the Austin 316 would be like Jebediah 420. Every once in a while, I got some funny things.
He walks behind the rows.
Oh man, just watching one episode of ECW, literally when Bubba Ray's just like talking about like threatening to like rape everyone's mothers. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, Bubba Ray got the name Bully Ray for a reason. He would straight up say the most fucked up stuff on television, and then he would make everyone boo him because he really wanted to be a heel.
That's why everybody.
Oh yeah, being a heel.
Well, no, they had a fake funeral for one of the guys, and then one of the people attacked him at a funeral, and you're like, Jesus.
I always liked Spike Dudley.
Spike was great.
And Big Dick Dudley.
Big Dick Dudley, that's right. Oh, man. Their pay-per-views were just like, I don't know if this is good or bad, but it's entertaining.
Either way, you're going to see blood.
All the time, yeah. And boobs.
Right.
Blood and boobs.
Like, that shit was always going to, like, that was guaranteed blood.
I just love the way the fans, like, the fan reactions were so great, because you're just like, I really think these people are pissed off, though.
And Alfonso and his fucking whistle.
Oh, my God, Alfonso. I wanted to punch that guy. You're talking about annoying. Alfonso was, I mean, he was purposely annoying, but it's just like, hey, get him! He's over here!
I think the Mountain Dew's kicking in.
Oh, Jesus.
If you're just tuning in, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We are Video Store Clerks.
Dave is
There you go.
JYD.
Why did you get all quiet?
Whoever didn't get that reference,
You got quiet all of a sudden.
you're old.
We're recording. Everyone stop talking.
I thought you were calling it good. I thought we were like, all right, we're right here.
Oh no.
Oh no, Dave's got his thump pants on.
I just like I felt that uncomfortable silence coming on, so I was like, oh, I'll just say, hey, what's up? Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Blah blah blah.
Like and subscribe.
Oh,
Like and subscribe.
oh yeah. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Don't get him started.
Don't. We'll lose viewers. We're not used to having viewers. Hello.
We have viewers?
How many?
We did. We lost some.
How many do we have?
One.
We need to do more posting about when we're doing shows live. We really should. Just on
We
that.
have negative people. We should have a negative countdown.
It never occurred to me to advertise our podcast, being that there's 2 million fucking podcasts. Maybe we should get word out.
Maybe get some word out on that shit.
I don't know. When we start talking about stuff like ECW and stuff, I guess a lot of people will tune out. They're just like, "Oh, ECW, those fuckers."
Yeah, whatever. We want them to watch us, but we also do our own thing. If you don't like it, move on.
Again, there's 2 million podcasts to choose from,
You don't
Choose
like
ours.
but ours
Move
is
along.
most fun.
You can drink that water.
Yeah, ours is the only one that anybody needs. Not really. Considering I have 3 others.
it. If you need us, you need serious help.
So do we, so we can't help you much.
We all have our issues.
I forgot to check YouTube though. We had the viewer on Twitch, believe it or not.
That's the one you said wasn't gonna have
That's
shit.
the one I said.
Right.
Was have shit.
they stumbled onto it. They're like, "Oh shit, what's this? This is not some YouTube guy that I watched."
Like, why is a video store talking about fucking wrestling?
Right?
Confused. I'm gonna change the channel.
Going back to Bill Goldberg though, like that Santa sleigh shit, that was funny.
Oh my god,
Oh, yeah.
Santa's sleigh is fucking hysterical.
The first 10 minutes of it's the best.
Right.
It is.
Like there's so many fucking little cameos in that movie.
Oh yeah, and that's who he kills the first scene. It's great.
We even did it for fucking Psychodistic TV.
Nice.
Available
Yes.
on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Night to Dawn.
Message.
Message.
That was short lived.
Everybody's just looking at me like, what the fuck?
I was just saying something.
Let him do his thing.
Just give him a moment. Just give him a second. Give him a system.
What shall we talk about next week?
It's a good question. We'll have to discuss.
That's why we need people. They can help us out.
We will, though,
Our one
in due
person
time.
left.
We
In,
hate
in due time.
this horror genre. Well,
It was
mainly
too
genre.
We will get more people. We just gotta keep at it and let people know, hey, we're gonna be going on live.
Right.
And then people are like, oh, we don't care, but we might.
Hey, we got 30 new likes in what, a week?
Yeah,
We got 30 new
you're
likes.
welcome.
We're doing something right.
Yeah, I'm inviting people.
Oh, that's why. You're flooding
Yeah,
the
we got a
market.
couple more likes to get today. I was like, keep working that magic. Keep working that magic, baby. Cha-ching.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
This was our first live show. I believe we'll be coming to you live every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in. Tune in. Tune in. Again, we're available on YouTube, youtube.com/Night to Dawn, as well as Psychodistic TV, in which we watch bad movies for the first time ever. Real reactions, real first time watching. Oh, it feels so good. You can watch Chuck Nasty every week on the Nasty Nation, as well as Tales from the Podcast. Find them on Facebook as well as you can. Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat. Excellent heavy metal band. Good shit. The Bringer of Chaos, a.k.a. Andrew, which mostly you've seen his ear tonight, but I assure you he's a real person. And he's also the founder of Dream State Nightmare. That dark wave. You're in a fucking mood. Fan of Nine Inch Nails. Check his shit out as well. You can find him on Facebook as well as YouTube. Just search Dream State Nightmare. Man, I just winged that shit. That wasn't too bad, was it?
All right.
That was all right. That was all right.
Yep.
I just winged that shit. I just let it go.
Is that your thing now?
I don't know.
It's definitely gonna be a shirt at some point.
That can call me daddy.
Oh God.
I'm not calling you that.
Yeah, you can just keep barking.
This tonight, which you most likely did not, but maybe if you catch us down the road. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to Video Store Clerks. Please tune in next week, next Wednesday night at 8 p.m., 8-ish p.m.
8:37.
Yeah, give us a break. Eastern time, we will be live again. Thank you for joining us on the Scott Hall / wrestling tribute show. Gentlemen, insert toothpicks. Gentlemen, flip toothpicks.
Say hello to the bad guy.